Mission is one of the most critical aspects of client builder and roundtable groups for financial professionals. The first thing to clarify is what is the purpose or the intention of a client builder meeting for those groups. My opinion and where I've had the most success is when those meetings are geared for transformational change. And in the world of transformational change, it's absolutely critical to separate two domains of work. One is on the external side of the coin, and that is really about how work gets done. That's where people spend so much of their time, the scripts, the tools, the techniques, and all of those different things that comprise actually doing the work. It's an absolutely essential part of being successful. But what very often gets lost is the internal domain. That internal side of the coin, that's really about why. And that's where mission comes in to the forefront. What is the purpose for being in a group? What's the purpose for being in the profession? How to bring that into the client building experience is what makes it so critical and energizing and leads to such powerful transformational change for individuals and groups of individuals. Actually, a lot of people believe that the sole purpose of coming together for a client builder or a roundtable group is to simply make more money. And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions of the process. Clearly, people get into the financial world as a professional in selling to make more money. That's got to be a key driver. But again, back to this notion of internal and external, if the external is the sole aspect that people are in the business, it rings hollow after a period of time. I believe that the career is a journey. That's the way I like to frame it, and that's what really in my work gets people so powerfully engaged in the process. So if the only reason that someone over a period of time is in the business and going to client builders is for money, eventually that will cease to be a powerful motivator. The opportunity in the meetings is to get people connected to what the money represents, how the powerful work, the transformational growth and change can connect to the results that are important, but the results have to signify something that really at a heart level has value. Really, the best way to discover mission for individuals and then consequently in client builder groups, collections of individuals, is to look at three very simple but profound questions. One is, where have I been? What has led me to the point where I am today? The second is, where am I now? What does the state of my business and my life seem like right now? If I had to step back and look at it, what does that perspective give me? And then finally, where do I want to be? One thing that is clear that has come out of all the research on strategic planning and execution is that numbers in isolation don't really serve as powerful motivators. What makes them valuable is when they operate in the context of a relationship and when they operate in the context of meaning at a gut level. So the opportunity in terms of discovering this is to create a story or a narrative that really has power, really connects to people at a level that has an immense amount of drive and energy attached to it. Otherwise, client building can be a very hollow exercise. So when you're able to create essentially a story, and what I use in my meetings is something called a compelling story, it really traces from the beginning of someone's career on through today and off to where they want to go. And that's the sort of document that breathes life into the process. Earlier, I referenced the sense of journey, which is used very often to talk about a process of transformational change. What's the journey that an individual is on? One of the greatest challenges I've found in having a successful client builder or roundtable group is to find the essence of how you put together people who are collectively on the same part of that journey. It's really not hard if you begin to ask questions and drill down a bit, which is something you can do prior to forming a group. And once you do have a clear sense of where people are on that stage of the journey, whether they're beginning a career and looking at establishing the building blocks of it, into the career and looking for more, or into an advanced stage and looking at legacy, it is possible to discover what those aspects are for individuals in a group, and then bringing those people together and having deep and meaningful conversations about that process makes it a very, very powerful and engaging experience. Client builder or roundtable groups in the world of financial professionals can be one of the most powerful and catalyzing experiences. It can take people from very mediocre levels of performance to extremely rewarding and lucrative careers. And this is done by combining the external parts of the business, which are really about the how, the techniques, the different ways of doing business and the tools that are brought to bear, with the internal aspect of the business, which is, why am I here in the first place? What's the impact I can have on my life and the lives of my clients and on the world around me? And when those two things, those two dimensions merge together in a powerful process on a regular basis that have routines and structure and process, it leads to powerful transformational experiences for those involved.